Hello everyone, I am Sajid Al Latif. Welcome back to Knowledge is Power by Yuval Noah Harari, Class 2. We have discussed 6 paragraphs. Let us have a quick summary of the points. In the last class, we have distinguished between science and technology. Science means the study of physical and natural world. Technology means applying scientific principles to make a device. In ancient era, people were not aware about the capability of science to create technological devices. Some inventions were there, but they were done by uneducated workers. Now let us move on to the seventh para. As I have told you before, the text is given on one side and the explanation is given on the other side. You can pause the video and read the text first, then come back to the explanation. Modern states ask the advice of scientists in every area of national policy. However, ancient states were not so, both public and private sector. In 1961, US President Dwight Eisenhower warned about the growing power of military and industry. He should have added science along with that, because today the influence of science in making modern weapons is very huge. A large part of scientific research and technological development today is done for making advanced weapons. So, what is the meaning of this para? The most modern states ask the advice of scientists in every matter related with that country. This is this was not the case in the ancient days. Science and technology was not connected at that time, and they were not aware about the possibilities of science and scientists. So they never consulted scientists, whether it was in the private sector or public sector. But the situations changed in the modern era. American President Eisenhower pointed out the influence of military and industry is increasing, and he should have added one more thing along with that: science. The importance of science, the influence of science was increasing along with the military and industry. And what happened today? Human beings are spending a lot of money and research in order to invent modern technology to make advanced weapons. A huge amount of money is being spent for making weapons today. So that is the contents of para 7. See, these are the most advanced weapons created for war. A huge amount is spent by nations for making weapons. Advanced tanks, rockets, submarines, guns. Para 8 and para 9. When First World War advanced through trench warfare, both parties asked for the help of scientists. They developed modern war weapons like war aircraft, poison gas, tanks, submarines, bombs, guns, etc. So it was during the First World War that uh, we identified the importance of science. So war was fought till then in trenches. Then the nations asked the service of the scientists to create most modern weapons, and they created. In para 9, it is said that science played a larger role in the Second World War. By late 1944, Germany was going to be defeated. Mussolini was also defeated. British, American, and Soviet armies were advancing, but Germans maintained their strong belief in German scientists. They believed that weapons like V-2 rocket and jet aircraft will help them. So in para 8 and para 9, we are discussing how science and technology advanced in First World War and Second World War. In Second World War, Germany was about to be defeated, but Germany held high hopes in technology. They hoped that the V rocket and the jet aircraft developed by their scientists will help them win the war. So these are the pictures of V rocket and jet aircraft. In para 10, the story of Second World War is continued. Second World War continued when Germany developed rockets and jets. Americans developed atom bombs. The project was called American Manhattan Project. In 1945, Germany surrendered. Japan continued to fight. When America found that a million American soldiers will be killed and war will continue to 1946, President Harry S. Truman decided to drop atom bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. After dropping the bombs, Japan surrendered unconditionally and the war was over. So the history of Second World War was actually the history of development of science and technology as well. Atom bombs were developed by America and it was first dropped as well. In the 11th para, it is said that science not only produces weapons, it helps us to defend our country. Americans believe that the problems of terrorism can be solved using technology. Nanotechnology is a branch of science which helps to produce small sized advanced instruments like bionic spy flies. You can see here a picture of a bionic spy fly. It is not actually a fly, but it is a robot, a small robot. Such flies can be used to spy on the enemy. Even terrorists hiding in caves can be identified using them. With advanced brain research, even the thoughts of other people can be understood. It is called fMRI scanning. So US Defense Department is spending a lot of money in nanotechnology and brain research. So that is how uh, science and technology advances. America is spending a lot of money in brain research and nanotechnology in order to develop new weapons. So uh, technology can also be used for defending their country. And para 12, using a lot of military technology is a recent practice. In ancient days, wars were won by means of careful planning and organization. So, the technological knowledge of different civilizations uh, was different. In ancient days, the establishment of strong empires were not the result of their technological development. The rulers had no idea about technology. Arabs conquered Sassanid Empire, but Arabs were not technologically superior. Seleuks conquered Byzantines. Seleuks were not technologically advanced. Mongols conquered China, but Mongols were not technologically superior. Actually, the military technology of the conquered countries was better than the conquerors. So, what is said in para 12 is that using a lot of military technology is a recent phenomenon. In ancient days, how wars were won? Wars were won not by military technology, but by careful planning, strategic planning. That is how in ancient days wars were won. So, one thing should be understood: the technological know how of one nation and another nation will be quite different. There were several conquests in the ancient days. Arabs conquered Sassanid Empire, but don't think that Arabs were technologically superior. Seleucs conquered Byzantines, they were not technologically superior. But how these conquests were possible? Because they had some strategic plans. That is how they were able to succeed. Actually, the conquered countries, those who failed, were better than the conquerors. But the success was possible because uh, they were able to plan properly. Their organization was better. So we have seen up to para 12 and we are stopping here. And let us examine the main points that we have discussed once again. The main points discussed today are: modern states consult scientists in every matters. In ancient days, it was not so. Today, science and technology are largely used for making advanced weapons. Point 2. In First World War, scientists developed several new advanced weapons. Point 3. In Second World War also, it continued. And fourth point, America developed atom bomb and dropped in two Japanese cities. Fifth point, technology helps in defense. America spends much amount for nanotechnology and brain research. And sixth point is that in ancient days, wars were won by careful planning and organization. So today we are stopping and we will complete the chapter in the next class. Thank you.